Hi, I'm Heidi Skinner with Heidi Skinner & Associates at Keller Williams. I'd like to introduce you to Mark Sampson, our listing specialist.
Hi, Mark Sampson again with Keller Williams St. George Realty. I'm excited about sharing with you some important techniques and information on how to get your home sold. Today's topic is going to be about effectively showing your home and qualifying your buyers. When you have a potential buyer in your home, there's a few good things to know so that you don't turn them off. First off, it's for a few good reasons. It's a good idea to get them sign in on some sort of sign-in sheet. We'll talk more about this later. Now, when it comes to walking through the home, let there be light. Open blinds, open doors, turn lights on, and it's also not a bad idea to tell other occupants of the home, especially kids, to take a walk or take a drive. Why? Because I've learned from experience that it can be a little awkward for a buyer to walk through a home with lots of eyes peering at them, or to have kids in the bedrooms as they walk through the hallways. Also very important, don't shadow them and invade their space. Buyers like to walk through a home and imagine themselves living there and with their furniture and with their belongings, so give them some space. Stay within talking range though, as they often have many questions, but don't make them feel like you don't trust them and that you have to keep an eye on them, unless of course you don't trust them. If you have any features that you want to point out, make sure that they aren't already obvious features, such as a gas stove top or a built-in microwave or say a walk-in shower. This can get a little bit obnoxious. Save it for the features that they may not notice on their own, such as a water softener or a central vacuum or an automatic sprinkler system. It's never a good idea to negotiate verbally on the spot. Just tell them to put in an offer and you'll look at it later. Now let's talk about qualifying your buyers. This can be done over the phone before the appointment or in the home as they are viewing it. I've learned over the course of time that qualifying a buyer's ability to perform can be counterproductive if you make them feel like they're on a witness stand. As a professional, I've learned how to ask the right questions in a tactful manner that seems natural and curious. In a nutshell, you want to know if they can actually buy your home, or if they're just wasting their time or wasting your time getting some kitchen ideas. So I would ask these 5 questions, and you'd be surprised how much you'll find out about their ability to perform. Number 1, so how long have you been looking at homes? This is a natural question, just out of curiosity. How long have you been looking? Number 2, how soon do you want to be moved into your next home? Or in other words, how soon do you want to be done looking at homes? Number 3, do you have to sell the home that you're in first? This makes sense. A lot of buyers have to sell their home before they can buy another home, and oftentimes they put the carriage before the horse and start looking before they're sold. And a 4th question, just curious, which lender have you been talking to? Obviously this is the all-important question. And number 5, is our home within the range that this lender has qualified you for? If the first 3 questions are vague and unclear, it's possible that the last 2 questions are irrelevant. If after question 4 they say they haven't talked with a lender, you can change the subject and try not to invest too much more time or effort for these unqualified buyers. And also, you want to make sure that you have a sign-in sheet for all of your showings. I've learned that it's a good idea to have names and contact information for people that have viewed your home. Number 1, it'll minimize any potential theft that may occur if they are signed in. And it's also nice to have this information in case you decide to list your home with an agent or reduce the price of your home, and then they can be easily notified. If you're worried about asking them to sign in, you may approach them in this way. Just say, Mr. Buyer, Mrs. Buyer, if we decide to reduce the price of our home or include seller-paid closing costs, would you like us to contact you and let you know? Who's going to say no to that? Lastly, be safe. Be careful about showing your home late at night, especially if you're there alone. And even more especially if you're a woman there alone, showing it to a man who's coming there alone to see it. And this is for obvious reasons. Then when making an appointment, simply ask how many will be coming to see it. Trust your gut. If it doesn't feel right, then just tell them that they're going to have to come back another time. Well, that's all for today. I hope you've learned something new today. And in the next video, I'll be discussing the question of what if you need to short sell your property. Oh, and if you know anyone who may be considering selling their home, and if you think that they may benefit from these videos, please feel free to forward these videos on to them. If you have any questions, feel free to contact me. As you can see below, my mobile number is 435-862-6035, and my email address is marksampson@skinnerteam.biz. Thanks for viewing, have a good day, and we'll talk to you soon.